Okay, so today we are exploring a big question, and the question is, what happens with regard to Joe Biden's approval ratings when it comes to the congressional elections, the midterms in 2022? How will Joe Biden's approval ratings, and whether they're in the negative or the positive, and to what extent, apply and affect and impact and shape the race for control of the House and Senate in 2022? Well, it is actually quite a big deal. We'll look at the House first. Now, with the House, it's pretty unscientific because as of right now, this is the map, right? This is Congress. Right now, you've got a couple of open seats. Democrats 220, Republicans 212. We don't have 2022's map yet because census-driven redistricting will change the boundaries of most districts. This is not limited to states gaining or losing seats. The new boundaries will be in place for the 2022 midterm elections. So currently we can only see the incumbent members. We are unable to finalise. It may take even into 2022 to have a full map of what the 118th Congress in 2023 will be fighting it out on. So we've got a rough diagram of the House as of right now here. This is what you're looking at. Hang on. So you've got 212, 220. What's going to happen? Well, this is really narrow. And, a lot of signs indicate we could be heading towards a wave year for Republicans in 2022. It's the first big political event since Biden was elected president. You've got Afghanistan, you've got COVID, you've got sort of culture war, the sort of anti-vax freedom sort of angle. You've got it all. So, what's likely to happen? Well, if Biden's approval rating is all the way up here, it's still likely he'll lose the House. Okay? Now, one thing is unlikely, that Biden's approval rating will be that good come 2022. Even if it is, he only has probably a 50-50 chance of holding the House. Democrats only have a 50-50 chance of holding the House. And, by any estimate, the House is going to switch red in 2022. That's just the way things work in American politics. If Biden is extremely popular and has the full backing of the country, it is plausible that they hold on like Republicans did. It's only happened once or twice since the 1930s. However, with all likelihood, because President Biden and the Democrats certainly can't walk on water, it's going to flip. Now, if Biden's doing well, you could maybe see it limited. Sort of, these are not scientific because we don't know exactly what areas are going to go. We're just sort of looking at the vague numbers. You could see, Democrats lose support in a few areas and it'd be a relatively slim margin, something like this, right? That would be if Biden's doing okay, approval rating, something like this. If the approval rating sinks further or he's in the negative, we are looking at a wave year for Republicans. We are looking at swaths of seats across the country likely turning, particularly in the way that the House elections are always reactive. And they really, you can get a real hammering for an incumbent party in the House. Could easily happen. You could have, 250 Republicans. That's sort of the worst case scenario. As of right now, with the ratings as they are right now, we're probably looking, in terms of numbers, ignore the map because it's very unscientific here. We're probably looking at something along the lines of this. This would probably resemble the result right about now. Maybe worse. Maybe that's a little bit optimistic for the Democrats. Basically, with all likelihood, Kevin McCarthy will be Speaker. Now, where Biden's approval really comes into play is the Senate. Okay, you've got these sort of swing states contested. What's going to happen? Well, if Biden's approval rating rebounds and is popular by 2022, it will affect, the approval rating does have a drag effect on the popularity of the party, the incumbent party of the incumbent president. If Biden's back in the positive, I think you can imagine these sort of places will probably hang on. Maybe you'll see a couple of states there flip the other way, but you may see something like 51 for Democrats. They may get an absolute majority in the Senate if Biden's approval ratings are where they are right now, or Let's go with if they are exactly as they are right now. We're probably more likely to see definitely Georgia, maybe even Pennsylvania, and a Senate that resembles this. And if it's really bad, if they go really low, it could even be something like this. So what we're looking at is a set of races heading into 2022 that will define the ability of the Democratic Party to continue to implement their agenda, and which rely in a massive manner on the president's popularity. That's not the only thing, but in order for congressional Democrats and Senate Democrats to get a hearing, to stay in office and expand in 2022, they have to have as a prerequisite a popular president. If Joe Biden isn't popular in November 2022, Democrats are sunk in both the House and the Senate. If he's moderately popular, the Senate is probably secure. The House is not, but it will be winnable next cycle. And if Biden is, emphatically unpopular, the Senate is gone, maybe for a few cycles, and the House is absolutely gone on a big margin, again, for a few cycles. And Biden will be governing with a Republican Congress, potentially a heavily Republican Congress. Talking about margins in the House, Biden's sincerely unpopular along the line of this. In the Senate, along the line of this. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think, because it is contingent on this, do you think Biden's approval is going to go up? Is it going to go down? What is the state of play going to look like in 2022? That's speculation right now. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon.